Hey writers, this is Lee Jessup, career coach for emerging and professional screenwriters. Every day I talk to writers and continue to hear about writers that want to break into film, but I also talk to writers who are eager to break into television, that want to staff on a television show, kind of go in and do the work, roll back their sleeves, work their way up from staff writer all the way to showrunner, and build that TV writing career. But it's an interesting time in the industry for that. We are now post peak TV. The period known as peak TV really ran from 2013 to 2023, with the beginning of the end coming in 2022 when Netflix announced that it started losing subscribers for the first time in this very long period. That was followed by a strike, which brought us squarely to a contraction. Now, contraction doesn't mean TV's over. We're still in capitalism, baby, so it's not going anywhere. We're still making TV content, but we are making significantly less of that right now. And not only are we making less shows, we're also going for shorter seasons. Now, I'm happy to report that I do have working TV writers right now who are still very much working, so let's not eulogize that just yet. But if you are, in fact, looking to break into TV, I think it's really important to look at what are the things that can help get you there. A great feature script can help get you there. A great pilot that feels market appropriate might be able to get you there. Doing really well in competitions and getting some visibility and exposure for your work may get you there. Today, I really want to talk about the TV writing fellowships, and specifically the ones that are run by Paramount, NBC, Warner Brothers, ABC, Disney, and Fox. Now, these fellowships have been shifting and changing over the past few years, specifically the one run by Warner Brothers, which then turned into Warner Media. We're waiting to see what they do this year. Fox tends to come in later in the year, and NBC still is kind of fine-tuning its timeline. But I find that in a time where it's very difficult to gain visibility in the TV space because there are less jobs, the fellowships have become more important than ever. Whether the fellowships provide breakage so that they can cover for your staffing when you go into a room, or facilitate introductions and conversations with covering execs, so studio executives who are covering specific shows, making introductions for you, et cetera, I find that in today's climate, in today's very competitive and very challenging breaking into TV climate, that staffing of it all, fellowships become that much more important once again, because they are a clear, true, vetted path. Doesn't mean that anybody who gets into a fellowship will get staffed. It does mean that you will be flagged as somebody who is ready to break in and will up your opportunities and your chances to break into television writing. So if in this post-peak TV period, this time of contraction, if you are finding yourself still very eager to break into TV and start building your career there, I do encourage you to keep an eye out for those fellowships, as well as fellowships like the Humanitas Fellowship, Humanitas New Voices Prize that is coming up, Sundance Episodic Lab. There are a few others, and I will continue to try and flag those for you as I release my little submit your scripts videos. So do keep an eye out. But if TV is really your destination and you're not connected in TV, you don't know showrunners that could staff you, friends that are the number two in the room that could bring you in, those TV writing fellowships have just become incredibly important again. First one that should be open should be the Paramount TV Writers Mentoring Program. That usually opens on April 1st. That one requires a spec episode for an existing show and an original. We'll see what the requirements are as they're released. But if you are looking for a career that is much more TV heavy than it is feature heavy, I would encourage you to look at those TV writing fellowships and start pulling together the material that you will need to submit to them. If you feel that it's too soon, you will not have all the materials that you need to have ready this year, set your sights on next year and see what you need to do. What are the pieces that you need to pull together? Because some of those fellowships ask for 2 pilots that have to be in the same space, so 2 1 hours or 2 half hours. Look ahead to next year if you don't have those on hand already, and start strategizing what you want to have ready to submit next year when those come around again. All right, you guys, I hope you found this helpful. Of course, as always, subscribe if you did, and more will be coming at you soon.